Good afternoon, world. It is straight up high noon, right on the dot, 12 o'clock in Waxahachie, Texas, deep, deep, deep in the heart of the Lone Star State. And here we sit on the 14th of July. July is about to get away from us, just like all these other months this year, 2026. And this is episode number 157 of the greatness of grit and good news. We're broadcasting, as always, in our palatial studios here in downtown Waxahachie in the shadows of the historic Ellis County Courthouse. And I am your co host, Jeff Lynch. At the board is our man, Sam Brooks, and to my right, in the stripeds. You didn't like it the other day when it said striped.
Striped. I mean, that's
Striped.
probably as accurate as striped, but
Yeah.
I just don't hear it very often.
It's one of those ways that can be pronounced two ways, and I like to take the road less traveled.
Yeah, it's like if he's guilty and he admitted to it, what did he do? He starts with a P.
He
He,
pled
that's how you spell it.
PLEAD.
No, PLED. Or did he
PL
pleaded
plead
guilty?
is EAD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but I've
Okay.
written, particularly with the Hannah story, I've used that word a lot,
Right.
and I constantly am going back and forth. Should I be saying pled or pleaded, or writing pled or pleaded?
Well, the
Anyway.
other thing is they're both past tense, which complicates it even more.
Yeah, it's so anyway, striped, whatever. But yeah,
It,
I'm striped up
that's a
today.
really nice teal.
I'm
Did
in
you
my,
know that those are my wife and my wedding colors?
oh, really? No,
Teal and purple.
no kidding. Yeah, I mean, I tend to try to match
Same.
as we all do, except Sammy sometimes. But anyway, I'm into this Tiger, I love Tiger Woods, and so I'm into this Tiger Woods brand, which probably I could have not done that. But anyway, I like it. So why not? I've always subscribed to the theory, dress for success. And
Amen.
if you feel like you look good, then you're going to probably do good. So I encourage anybody watching that if we only go around once, just look good in your own mind, look good doing it.
Whenever I get a compliment on what I'm wearing, which is fairly frequent, especially if it's more dressy,
Yeah,
I always say, my late great mother loved to see me dressed up,
yeah,
and I do it for you, Mom. I still
yeah.
do, and I tell people
Dress for
that all the time.
success. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, welcome to Great and Good News. We're here every Tuesday and Thursday, as you know, from noon to 1 o'clock Central Standard Time. We are in Waxahachie, Texas, which is about 30 minutes just south of, well, it is exactly 30 minutes south of Love Field in Dallas, which is in downtown for all practical purposes. So if we want to go see the Mavericks or the Star, at least for now, we want to see the Maverick Stars, concerts, anything else that's in Dallas, we can be there in from Waxahachie in 30 minutes. So we are our own town, but we are really close to a metroplex, which, as far as I'm concerned, is one reason why Waxahachie is so appealing, because we don't have all the. I mean, we have people that will get upset because they have to wait 10 minutes in traffic here, or 15 minutes. The same people have no idea what it means to work and live in a major metro area where you can see where you're going, but it'll take you 45 minutes to get there.
And if you know what you're doing, there's always an alternate route. You're
Yeah,
going to go someplace, you go north and east, or you go east and north. I mean, however you
yeah,
want to work it.
yeah. But anyway, we love Waxahachie for a lot of reasons. That's one of them. We are on Substack.com, Grit and Good News. If you search us there, you can find all of our content and then some. There's a lot of work we put into this. You get an email for $5 a month. You'll get an email every Friday and Monday mornings early that has all of what we are thinking, feeling, showing. And so we'd love for you to be a subscriber. We just, as I mentioned last week, got notified by Substack that we are one of the, I think, 99 fastest growing newsletter, not necessarily podcast, but newsletter in America. So we're pleased about that. So join us if you get a chance. Lots to talk about today. Number 57. Sammy always goes out and finds the number of forecast podcast. What do you call it? What do you call episode that we are 157th? I realized before we get going, the other day, you mentioned this to me last week, I think on the show, but we started at what number?
We started doing this at 54 on the
So
on the
so we're
numbers.
being redundant now.
We are.
Nobody's going to remember it, but we did 57 last year.
I take that back. I got a 50, a 48,
I don't remember.
46.
So at some point in the near future, we're going to cut this
We
out.
we started at 45.
So we've been doing this now. Not that anybody will remember, but I mean, we don't want to keep just saying the same names over and over and over again. But anyway, we're at number 157. Sammy takes 57 and tells us who the great athletes in history. And I use that term lightly because Sammy comes up with some people I've never heard
Well,
of.
there's
So
just
anyway,
not a lot of good players.
huh?
There's just not a lot of good players.
All right, Mr.
You
Know-it-all.
know, you
Number
know any?
57 in what, football?
Yeah.
Number 57. I know there's a guy, there are linebackers named number 57, but I don't know any.
We got Dwight Stevenson.
Yeah.
He was a center for the
Yeah, play for the,
Dolphins.
yeah, okay.
Ricky Jackson,
Oh, yeah.
for the Saints. Clay Matthews Jr.
Oh, yeah, for the
for the
Packers
and the
and the
Browns.
Browns, yeah.
Tom Jackson for the Broncos and Steve Nelson for the
Did you
Patriots.
say Tom Jackson twice?
I said Ricky Jackson and then Tom
Oh.
Jackson.
And what was the last one?
Steve Nelson.
Okay, yeah, good old Steve.
Yep.
All right, and then what's next?
2 for NBA, Hilton Armstrong and Mike Muscala. We don't know
Who
why they would
wears
ever.
57 in basketball? I don't get it.
No idea
On
why.
any, well, I get football. All right, baseball.
Baseball. Johan Santana.
Johan.
Johan.
Yeah,
Daryl Kyle
yeah. He
for the
died.
Cardinals.
You know, he was a great pitcher, died at a young age with a young family, overdosed, I
Oh,
think.
dang.
St. Louis Cardinals, 10 years ago.
And we got Shane Bieber,
Okay,
Guardians.
yep.
And then good old Chad Green for the Blue Jays.
Little Chad. All right, and then hockey.
Hockey, we got David Perron. Red Wings, we got Tyler Myers for the Stars. We got Tommy Wingles and Blake Camus. That's it.
That Tyler Myers, he's a big dude.
Yeah, he was a player.
Yeah, I think he was
I
born
want
in
to say he played
Texas.
for the Sabres at one point, but I can't remember. All right, there you have it. More than you ever wanted to know about number 57. And World Cup. All right, you boys last week went to Thor, jumped on the Thor bandwagon, as
We
I
did.
call him,
We did.
and Erling Holland, and they got beat. So you're out. I went with.
You jumped on the Switzerland.
I've always been a Switzerland fan.
Oh yeah,
Sammy,
you've always.
way back. So Switzerland is out. So we are all wrong.
Right. So we get a re-up.
Which isn't surprising given the game of soccer. So we're now at the final four. Are you ready? So France and Spain play today at 2:00
out in
at
Arlington,
AT&T Stadium. They want to
at
call it
Dallas
Dallas,
Stadium.
but we're here to say we're calling it AT&T Stadium.
2:00. I realized yesterday evening, I go quarterly for a knee shot, and I go out to Bedford, and I thought 2:00 tomorrow. No. I called up this morning. I rescheduled.
Yeah, good. Yeah, that would have been bad. So
So
we got France and Spain. What do y'all got?
well, first of all, I want to say my hat. Let's talk a little bit about uniforms there too.
Jeff, we never know we don't know if we're going to get Norway, Jeff. We don't know if we're going to get, how do you say,
Argentina. Argentina is the proper pronunciation.
Oh
Jeff,
my
we
God.
don't know if we're going to.
So we got France. I did a little looking up. The
Oh.
uniforms, they call them kits. It's
Yeah.
a kit of a jersey, a pant, and its socks. And the France kit is a navy blue, and it is by Adidas. And the Spain is a red, and it is by
Adidas.
Nike.
Oh, Nike.
Okay.
Some of them have collars.
And
Like, they'll go out there
the
with
French
collars.
has a collar. I
Oh,
was showing
yeah.
this to Rita. I said, "Well, which do you like best?" She goes, "I don't like that collar
I don't like
on
them
a
either.
soccer. No, that looks like
Is
a
it a collar or
It's
is
a-
it
it's a-
It's an
look like
actual
a
It's a
collar?
collar.
Oh,
Yeah.
But I always thought, rugby shirts had collars.
yeah.
So anyway, and this is my red and my close to navy look, and I'm taking France, and I'll tell you, I'm taking Spain, and I'll tell you why. I know France is
Spain.
I know France is the favorite, but the French have always been unappreciative of what we did in World
Yeah.
War II. And if
Well,
we
they
hadn't
still
come in
are.
there, they'd still be speaking German, and they're still not very good to us. And I just I couldn't stomach picking France for that
Who's
reason.
Spain's star?
You got it. Don't look at
I'm
me.
talking to you.
Don't look.
Ronaldo.
No. No.
My gosh, you're too funny.
Here-
That's
Here's here's
awesome.
here's another thing. So I was looking at the paper and they were talking about the fact that Spain has given up one goal
Yep.
in the whole World
The
Cup,
whole tournament.
and that's 6 games, the three and then the three.
Well, their star would be their goalie then.
Their star
Yeah.
is their goalie.
Who is their star?
Yamin Yamal. He just turned 19.
Yamin Yamal. And
Yamin
is he
or Lamine Yamal or something
he's
like
not their
that.
goalie though.
No.
No.
And so conversely, I had to dig deeper then and found out that France had only given up two. So both of those teams, 6 games apiece,
Yeah.
have given up 3 goals
To win the
combined.
World Cup, you gotta have a goalie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
A good
So
goalie.
it's like hockey, really. But all right. So you
Terry and
got
Tammy are here, by
Spain.
the
I
way.
got Spain. Yeah,
Tammy
Hey,
and Terry are
hey,
here.
y'all. Welcome to the show. Sammy, who do you have?
Well, I have France, but it doesn't really matter.
Because of Mbappe.
Yeah. But it
He
doesn't
ma-
matter
he-
because Messi's gonna win.
Huh?
But we'll get to that.
Okay,
we'll get to that.
well, but Mbappe, I mean, of all these stars, I mean, Messi stands alone. Messi does things. I'm just like, how
Yeah.
did he get through
I know.
42 guys and still keep the ball and then score? But
Yeah.
Mbappe, to me, a layman, I don't know anything about soccer, but is not far behind.
And he might win the what do they call it, the Golden Boot, where most goals in the World Cup.
Right.
He's
Yeah.
leading it right now, or he's tied with Messi, and he might win it.
So
Which
I
is
had
crazy.
that Argentina hat on the other day, and I bought two more of them at a very attractive price at CVS, and I sent the two of them up to Minnesota. My sister married a guy from Peru, and
Oh, nice.
he played soccer all his life, and then he coached his son soccer all through high school, and then this guy still plays men's competitive Sunday night soccer.
Mm.
And I said, Chris, what's his favorite team? She said, Argentina. I said, I got something for him. And then she said, I remember, you know, he came over here. All he could say was, no problem. It's all the English he knew. He moved in with my parents, learned his English, got a job, got married to my sister on my 30th birthday. And she said, I remember many years ago, she said, Chris, her name was Chris.
McCree.
He said, Chris, come see this guy. He's 17 years old. He's going to be the greatest player in the world.
Mbappe?
No,
Who? Messi?
Messi.
Yeah. Messi is short. He's not, I mean, he's fast enough, obviously, but there's nothing about Messi when you look at him, kind of like Pele. There was nothing special about their appearance, but man, can they play? Just it's like Tiger Woods in golf, as far as I'm concerned. They were born to play the thing or do the things they do.
And when I watch him, he saves his energy, and he's got that whole thing, just like Wayne Gretzky says, I don't go where the puck is, I go where
Yeah.
the puck's going to be.
Yeah.
And Messi's got that same vision.
Yeah. It's pretty good to watch. All right, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say England's gonna win the whole thing with Kane as their star, and of course
And
we know.
Jude,
And
they have
we
Jude Bellingham. He's good.
Yeah, he is good. He played good the other night. And then we know Argentina's star is Messi. So they play tomorrow at 2 o'clock. So today in Dallas at 2 o'clock, France, Spain. Tomorrow in Atlanta, Argentina. And then Friday the 19th, this Friday. Wait a minute. Is
Yeah.
that this Friday? Yeah. The
No.
night, huh?
Is it this Friday?
Yeah. What's
Yeah.
today?
The 13th.
14th.
14th.
15th,
Wednesday
16th.
is the semifinals, England and Argentina.
If today's the 14th, 16th, 17th, that's not they got the date. Oh, I'm thinking Friday. It's Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Sunday,
Sunday's
July
the final.
19th. Yeah.
Third place is Saturday.
Yeah, that's right.
Tomorrow,
So
what do you got? So you got England.
I just got England winning the whole
Okay.
thing.
And I got Argentina, and you got who?
Argentina.
Okay.
Wait a minute. I thought y'all said, oh, y'all were doing so the total winner who? Jeff, Argentina?
I'll take them, yeah.
Yeah. And Sammy, who?
Argentina.
Bandwagoners.
Nobody's gonna beat them.
All
I
right.
mean,
Well,
shoot.
England will. So anyway, there you have it for World Cup. Let's talk about Rangers finished the first half at 49-47. They're in first place by a game and a half. So they will open back up Friday. I forget who they play, but they're in first place, which I would have never imagined that.
We
It wouldn't be
traded Corey
first in any
Seager.
other division.
No, they wouldn't be. They're just so
But
average.
that happens all the time. You know, you got
Yeah, it's just so average to me. It just wears me out watching them. And then we have Major League All-Star game is tonight. I watched the end of the Home Run Derby last night, which was pretty exciting, pretty fun. The guy, listen to this, Schwarber and forget the other dude's name, Jordan. Um, so Schwarber had 12 home runs, I think, or 11, something like that. The guy, and the way they do it, they give you 15 pitches. That's it. And however many home runs you get in the final anyway, and I think it's the same way all the way through. But whoever gets the most home runs out of 15 pitches is the winner. So this guy gets down to he has 8 or 9 home runs, and he goes second. So he knows what he's got to do with Schwarber. It was either 11 or 12. So he gets to 8 or 9 home runs and has one pitch left, and hits 6 in a row and wins it.
Wow.
6 in a row. And Schwarber, it was in Philadelphia. So
Wow.
the crowd is going berserk
Yeah,
for
'cause
Schwarber, booing every time this dude, and he's a young kid, uh, and Jordan Walker maybe is his name. But
Mhm.
it was that part of it I really, really
yeah,
enjoyed.
and you still get you pick your dad, your little league coach, your
Yeah.
college coach.
Yeah, I don't know
Maybe when you're
I don't know who it, yeah, they had those special people pitching for him, but his dad, his mom, and his grandmother were in the audience wearing
nice,
jerseys, his jersey,
nice.
saying dad, Jordan's mom, Jordan, the
I
grandmother
like
had
it.
an interesting name.
That's
It was pretty
cool.
exciting. And then UFC, well, Sammy, cue up Mr. McGregor, if you will. So uh not that this matters to you, but my wife and I, you might believe it's plausible for me because I'm a dude and I like boxing and UFC and all that sort of thing. But my sweet wife, who's 5 foot nothing and 115, 20 pounds, nothing, petite, loves UFC as well, and I mean loves it like I do. So we now with UFC being on Paramount, you don't have to pay $90 to watch a big fight. Uh, and get ripped off because of the way it ended or because of it being short or whatever. So we watched it Saturday night, big UFC fight on that card. It started at 4 o'clock. No, we don't start watching it then. We didn't start watching until like 8. But at 4 o'clock they start, and they have like 15 fights. So and then it ends with McGregor and what's his name? Holloway. Yeah, Max Holloway from Hawaii. Uh, and they played it up and all that sort of thing. Well, so no sooner than Mr. McGregor gets in the ring after putting on the performance of a lifetime in hyping this fight, as you probably already know if you follow this, but sold out arena in Vegas, gets in there and tries the most difficult maneuver right out of the gate within 15 seconds and lands on his knee or uses his knee I think we're going to find out that I think it was that he tore his ACL. And so, but he supposedly tried to keep going, and he kept slipping, which was weird. And Sonia was saying, obviously I thought the same, but that the although there had been 14 other fights that night, nobody's
Mhm.
kept slipping, but maybe he's got something on the soles of his feet that making him slip on that mat or whatever. But come to find out, it was he then had to grab it at one point, and within a minute and 10 seconds, the fight was over.
Well, your leg can slip when you don't have the support from.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I
but
mean,
but it didn't. I mean, nobody suspected that.
right.
It's just that he kept slipping, and people are like, "What's going on here?" And Max Holloway is standing over him, ready to beat the tar out of him. He's looking over at the referee, saying, "I think he's hurt. I think he's hurt." And the referee finally stops it. And so my first inclination, being a skeptic that I am, is that something's not right about this. All the over exaggerated, which is redundant, but over exaggerated uh, hype and theatrics by McGregor just was too much. And so then I started thinking, combining those two things, that all that hype and then that he crashes and burns within a minute or so, were we set up? Were we just scammed?
You- Scott,
Now
Scott,
look, no,
Scott.
before
No,
you say it, you got to hear the whole thing. So I'm thinking, I think we are. I said to Sonia, I think this was a scam. And here's one reason why. So Sammy, play this video and just watch Conor. Is
yeah.
it the one with the writing all in the way, Sam? Okay, so watch McGregor. This is seconds before he goes into the octagon. They all have to be checked for everything and put Vaseline on their face and all that. No, I think it was right. So, but just watch McGregor and tell me if you don't detect that something's up right here.
You some video. Again, we're not speculating. We're just going to show you this video. This is before Conor McGregor entered the octagon in the inspection zone.
Show it again, Sam.
We're going to show you some video. Again, we're not speculating. We're just going to show you this video. This is before Conor McGregor entered the octagon in the inspection zone.
So
we're going to show you some.
All right. Tell me if you twist your ankle or you get kicked in the leg or whatever, the first thing you do is you kind of hop like you injured your leg. You see guys skipping off the field all the time in football. That's exactly what he did as he was getting ready to go into the octagon.
So that very, very well might have happened. When you say set up, here's what I want to ask you. Because I'm not a big fan of UFC.
Mm.
Do you think that this type of sport shares more in common with wrestling or boxing?
Well, wrestling's fake.
That's where I'm going.
Yeah, I don't think this is fake. Not when in one of the pre-fights the other night, the two dudes were wailing on each other, and this Russian guy who lost got waylaid. I mean, smashed right here. And he bent over. He didn't fall down, but he bent over and he said, and he was grabbing his, huh?
No mas,
He broke his jaw. And so I don't, and the blood and the cuts and this, when it gets to McGregor though, and there may be, I don't know that there's anybody else on that performative level. Paddy Pimblett, which is one of the other cool. Sean O'Malley's another one but Sean O'Malley's pretty calm. But Paddy Pimblett now is an entertainer, but Paddy Pimblett came out strong the other night and choked him out in a matter of 2 minutes.
The night of Conor's fight.
Yeah,
Did
they were the co-main event.
was the dude you just said Sean there? Did he fight that
No.
night? No.
No, he fought the at the UFC in Washington.
Oh, the
Remember
White House.
The White House.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So anyway, my point is that if you ask me, do I think they're distinct from? Is it more like boxing? Is it more like wrestling? It's definitely more like boxing. However, when you throw a clown into any show, then you have a right to call it a clown show. It would be no different than if we put McGregor showed up, dressed up trying to be a quarterback in the NFL. You would say that this ain't real. This is
When we're talking about all these sports and sports shaving and what's going on and what's legit and there's nothing easier that I can think of than to throw a fight in that arena and cash in big time. So
well, I mean, I think that holds true for most sports, really. Although you're right, when it's a one-on-one,
that's what I'm saying.
tennis, boxing, UFC, golf, I think they're pretty monitored. I just think that Conor McGregor showed that he was hurt prior to getting in the ring. Then when he gets in the ring, he still does this maneuver, which requires him to land on his right leg and twist at the same time because he's kicking with his other one, and his knee gets blown out. I don't, I just, to me, it speaks to nobody should take McGregor serious anymore. All right, so there you have
Can I
it.
read some comments real quick?
Yes.
Ed Brooks says hello. Terry says Cowboys training camp starts next week, which is fun. Terry also says I say England as well, so he's
Way
on.
to go,
he's on your
Terry. You're the
side.
man.
But yeah, that's it.
Okay, cool. So there you have it. Let's talk about a couple of Tarnations. Sammy, cue up the Buffalo. All right. So maybe you've seen this, maybe you haven't. If you haven't, then it's not horrific because it doesn't show any gore actually happening. It shows a gore, almost a real gore when you think about it. But this is a grandfather and his 17-year-old son, I think, is grandson in Yellowstone taking pictures. They spot a buffalo. The buffalo is yards away. They're behind some trees. The buffalo's laying on the ground, had been whatever they do, rolling around in the dirt.
Bison.
bison, sorry. What they don't know is that this bison, I read a story by the photographer of all this, who was a real professional photographer who happened to see it and then got it on video. But he said that they didn't know that this same bison in its mating season had just attacked or went after a bunch of college or high school kids prior to this. Not that they were doing anything to warrant that, but that it was just him protecting his turf and its mating season and all that. The grandfather, who's you'll see him, he looks grandfatherly because he's got on the suspenders and his blue jeans and his short sleeve shirt and all that, and he's a little portly. But they didn't. The son and the grandson and the grandfather didn't know it. So there's your context. So watch what happens when they go to take pictures of this bison. So there you have it. The grandfather was trying to get away. They were almost playing Ring Around the Rosie in those little trees there. But the grandfather was thrown, looked like to be 15, 20 feet in the air. He ended up with more than one broken bone, I think, but he did have to have surgery on his leg that he broke. I just say this. There's got to be, if I'm going to take a picture of something that has the potential to eat me, crush me, gore me, there's got to be something immovable between me and them.
Exactly. And you can call me uncaring. You can call me mean. You can call me whatever you want to call me. But I'll tell you what, I think those people, they got no business being that close.
Yeah.
I don't have that much sympathy.
I just think
any
you have
sympathy,
to,
really.
yeah, you have to be. I mean, we're in their surroundings. I'm
Exactly.
empathetic, but somebody, it's like not long ago, a couple weeks ago, a young lady was swimming in gator infested waters in Florida, ends up getting her arms bit off, and she passed away. Of course, that's very sad, but I don't want to be flippant about it. But if I walk into if I pick up a bee's nest, a wasp nest, or hornet nest, whatever, and I hold it, I shouldn't be crying to anybody that I got stung. If I'm going to go swimming in shark infested waters, I shouldn't be complaining that I got bit by a shark. And so but this I think that they were many yards away. The photographer and others who weighed in on the story said that if you're going to do that, so if anybody watching is going to Yellowstone and you want to take pictures of bison, they said to stay at least 25 yards away, which is 75 feet. So anyway, the grandfather, when they came to help him, the first thing he said is, "My grandson, all right." So his care was in the right place. But man, that's a story to tell, isn't it?
No doubt. No doubt.
All right, so there you have that. Let me see what else. All right. We're going to talk about Lindsey Graham. As you know, Lindsey Graham passed away at about a little before 10:30 on Saturday night after having just arrived back to Washington, D.C. from Ukraine. From Ukraine to D.C. is a 9-hour flight. When Sonia told me about it, Sonia woke up in the middle of the night and just was looking at her phone and saw it, and then told me when I woke up. Sonia thought it might have been a blood clot, which that's plausible that a blood clot would have developed in a plane where you're sitting for 9
Have you
hours.
heard the cause? I've heard a couple.
Yeah, the cause was that that Sonny knows the name of it, and others do too, but aortic dissection, that his valve artery ruptured or split.
They originally called it a heart attack, but it was this.
Yeah, and so and I read as much as I can about it. He actually, when he started having chest pains, he lives alone. He has no family. He's not married. Doesn't have any kids. great story, a life story about him raising his sister and just he lost his dad at the age of 69 at a massive heart attack. Lindsey Graham was 71 when he passed away the other night. But he called his scheduler. He was supposed to be on Meet the Press Sunday morning. All right. He called his scheduler uh, at I think at some point during that day, he had talked about how he wasn't feeling well before I get to the schedule, how he wasn't feeling well. And he said, matter of fact, I have a quote here from him with respect to that. He said, I can't, this was during the day when he was talking about uh, some things with respect to Meet the Press. And he said, I can't die now. I still need to go. I need to do the Russian sanctions, get Iran sorted out, and do Israel, Saudi normalization, so on and so forth. So he made it clear he wasn't feeling very good, but he made that frequented comment that we might hear from men that says, I got to finish this and then I'll address it. So it gets later Saturday night, and he called Trump. Trump has mentioned that he may have been the last person he talked to other than his scheduler. But when it got really serious for Lindsey Graham, he called his scheduler and said, I'm having severe chest pains. I need help. And the 911 was called and got there. The door was locked. They had to break in and tried to revive him, and he was gone. But he so he died of, I don't know if it was like his dad, but when heart issues run in the family, heart issues run in the family. So anyway, Lindsey Graham, who I have he's 71, I'm 65 years old. And so I've been around a TV screen or newspapers, all my life. And my adult life, Lindsey Graham has never been shy about being there. He's a staunch conservative, very big on foreign affairs, foreign policy, uh, security, Americans' security and protection. He has much disdain for for Iran and those Middle Eastern terroristic countries. Made that clear. Despised them. In many respects, wanted to blow them off the face of the earth. Uh, he was also one on a list of people Iranians wanted to kill. But for me, the reason it kind of resonated with me, or not kind of, it did resonate with me. It still resonates with me in a similar fashion as Charlie Kirk, but for different reasons, is that I believe Lindsey Graham, a little bit like John Fetterman, just as authentic as they can be. And
Sure.
Graham was articulate, smart, funny, and loved America. And so it's a tragic thing for me. And so I wanted for us to just talk about it and see how you guys feel. But for me, it was the rare, authentic politician who believed what he believed, disregarding, not caring about the consequences. He was confident in what he believed. He was authentic, and he and Trump started out rough. I mean,
Right.
real rough.
Yeah.
And they became. Trump said in a interview after Lindsey Graham died that he was like family to me. So, what are your thoughts on the whole ordeal?
Well, that was his 11th trip to Ukraine.
Yeah,
Okay. That would have been his 56th time on Meet the Press. He, he liked to be visible.
yeah,
He liked to be heard.
yeah,
When I heard that, when I woke up on Sunday morning and heard that he died at 71, and I had just turned 71 that day,
yeah,
that was a little bit of a wake up call to me.
yeah,
And I think he was, I think he was respected by his adversaries
mhm,
more so than other people. Um, the Democrats didn't, what they didn't like about him? He, him getting his way, but they didn't dislike him personally. I don't think.
yeah. And I don't think he disliked those on the other side.
Yeah.
And he's had some crude, rough things to say about Joe Biden, but he and Joe Biden go way back. We're going to play a video. Did we stick with the original, Sam? The longer version?
No, it's the Facebook one that's cut out.
Okay. So we're about to play you a video of Lindsey Graham. If you go back to 2018 in September, August and September of 2018. It is when Trump nominated Brett Kavanaugh to be some Supreme Court justice. And of course, if you remember that, you remember how nasty the left got, Democrats got on the Judiciary Committee. And Dianne Feinstein, who since passed away, at the last minute had this letter that supposedly claimed, didn't supposedly, but claimed that supposedly Kavanaugh had done all these evil things. They'd had the letter for a long time. It was just nasty, really nasty. The worst of humankind, I think, showed up in those hearings.
And don't you think that was really the beginning of the liberal left getting nastier? But bear in mind, Biden's in control. They're the party in control at that time, and that gave them a little bit of edge in some regards. But I think that was the beginning. I'm not saying it wasn't before, but I think that set the nasty tone that we still see
Well,
today.
it's part of the reason when you have Kavanaugh, then you had Gorsuch. Well, you had
Right.
Gorsuch and Kavanaugh, Barrett, who's been somewhat of a disappointment. All of them, which to the liberals mean that it's a conservative court, although there's some rulings that are proven not to be the case. The idea of stacking the court, as it were, 13 members or whatever the number is, the left one, I think that's when that hype really started
Right.
picking up. But I wanted you guys to hear Lindsey Graham defend Brett Kavanaugh. But as much as he defended Brett Kavanaugh, he was saying to the American people, enough is enough. And that was 8 years ago. It was awful what was going on then. And my hope is that we never experience it again, although I suspect we will. But I wanted you to just hear the Lindsey Graham that I really admired and see what you think. So hit it, Sam.
If you wanted an FBI investigation, you could have come to us. What you want to do is destroy this guy's life, hold this seat open, and hope you win in 2020. You've said that, not me. You've got nothing to apologize for. When you see Sotomayor and Kagan, tell them that Lindsey said hello, because I voted for them. I would never do to them what you've done to this guy. This is the most unethical sham since I've been in politics. And if you really wanted to know the truth, you sure as hell wouldn't have done what you've done to this guy. To my Republican colleagues, if you vote no, you're legitimizing the most despicable thing I have seen in my time in politics. If you wanted an FBI investigation.
So there's the Lindsey Graham that I think that's authenticity, that's passion, that's standing up for what you believe in, which I believe, you can say you're left or you're right, but when you, regardless of what side of the aisle you're on, you resort to those tactics of trying to destroy a man's life simply because he's been nominated to sit on the Supreme Court, then you deserve every bit of what Lindsey Graham just said. And in response to Lindsey Graham, we've seen and we will see more. I don't know when the funeral will be, but my guess is he'll either lie in state, either in D.C. or in South Carolina, maybe both. But there will be a funeral, a really important funeral to say goodbye to him. His sister has been named to replace him, a sister that he adopted when she was 13 because both their parents died within a 15-month period. Lindsey Graham was 21, she was 13, his only sister. And right now it's his only living person in his life that will carry on the Graham name to some extent. I mean, it doesn't have any.
And they made that announcement fast.
Yeah, they did. I think given some votes that are coming up and given the status of Mitch McConnell, who, as far as I'm concerned, needs to just go away. He's 84 years old, in the hospital, can't vote, blah, 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 wasting our time. They wanted to get somebody in this, and we're not playing around. And so she will serve until the end of the year. In November, somebody will run to replace Lindsey Graham.
I think they got a primary set for the 11th of August.
Okay, yeah.
And I think, I heard that she currently thinks she does not want to be in that primary. She does not want to run for that seat. She's finishing out the term for him.
Yeah, there'll be some usual suspects. Nancy Mace, South Carolina, who just got her butt kicked in the governor's race there. So my guess is she will run a few others. But anyway, people who respond in ways just like they did Charlie Kirk. I wanted the three of us to be able to just try to make sense. I'll give you an example. Margaret Cho, I don't have that with me because I didn't really want to say what she had said about Lindsey Graham, but basically was in a comedic performance, uh, basically said, "I'm glad the guy's gone." And Lindsey Graham was in the military. He had served well. He was tough. He had the speech pattern that, let's just be blunt about it, that in today's society would cause people to believe that maybe he was homosexual. I don't really know, and I don't really care. But Margaret Cho and others on the left are making fun of that. Margaret Cho said, from the closet to the coffin, see you later, things like that, and taking joy in Lindsey Graham being losing his life and dying. And then we have others in the academia. I mean, it's the same old academia, entertainment, politics. And I haven't heard anybody on the religion side yet, but there's going to be some whack job on the religious side who comes out and says he was not compassionate enough. He was not empathetic enough. He wasn't tolerant enough. Blah 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 blah. But these people, it's one thing I told Jeff in prep. I'm like, I don't like people. We all, if we're being honest with ourselves, we don't like certain people. And we have certain people, whether they're close to us or not close, but they're in our more immediate world or in our extended world, like a president or like an Obama, or who I just cannot stomach. I will never say anything about him passing away, good or bad. I never say anything bad. So I don't know what possesses people to just open their mouth at the most inappropriate time, in the most rudest of ways, what they think the benefit is. And so you and I were talking about the Hive Bakery, which we talked about last week, which went after uh, 4th of July and the MAGA and said awful things. And Jeff's talked often about, or not often, but frequent enough, that uh, any publicity is good publicity. I've always subscribed to that's not true, because I can get plenty of publicity right now if I go out and slash every tire that I come across and then go to jail. Well, let's ask Matt Ziak, the commissioner who's been arrested twice. Is that good? That's publicity, but that's not good publicity.
Well, to that point, this is the Dallas Morning Dallas Morning News. This is front page of Metro, and it is baker who sparked a MAGA uproar. High Bakery's owner's liberal views draw backlash. She says she won't walk back down. She's a 45-year-old mother of three, and the bakery's phones have been ringing off the hook. Online, people, they're taking shots both ways. And people are so mean. I mean, does that woman look fat?
Where is she? What woman?
The baker.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
no.
You're not fat about. Well, take your shots. Call me fat. Don't call her fat. I mean, save your punches. But here's what I'm thinking is that she wrote that not just to tell people how she feels. She made it clear that she owned a bakery, and I think she did that to develop as a marketing deal, because all of a sudden now you got people lining up around the corner down the street. I got a kick out of this. You'll love this. She has a liberal brother just like her. She's got conservative parents, and they do a podcast, and it's called The Necessary Conversation, where they discuss, does this sound like our show? They discuss family therapy, immigration, transgender rights, the Epstein files, the Iran war, discuss all the things. And when they get in a conversation between them, and if they're getting to be starting a conversation, they say, "Oh, save it for the podcast. Save it for
Yeah,
for the
that's good.
podcast."
Yeah.
And so, anyway,
Well, look,
that's what's happened there.
we could suddenly make great good news in that context. We could do a lot of things. We could say a lot of things that will get us immediately on the news. I mean, I could use words that I would never used in my life.
You've done a really nice job of toning down your rhetoric.
Yeah, but my rhetoric at its highest level would never include, has never included words that would get us on the nightly news tomorrow or
Right.
tonight. But we could do any number of things right now on this show that would get us Great and Good News to a national audience. We could take the worst human you can think of, to take uh, retrobates and do retrobate stuff. We could say it. We could actually do stuff. We could, uh, I mean, by example, the people that hurt animals to me are the worst people on the planet. And if one of them ran a podcast, it's a lot better example is the guy in Tampa or wherever he was in Florida that they made us a documentary of. That's a handsome, until he tatted up, a handsome, tall, good-looking guy, and he killed these two women. He killed people and is now well known, got millions of followers and that sort of thing. That's a drastic level, but the point I'm making is that there are a number of things we could do to get attention drawn to ourselves and thereby become, at least for 15 minutes, in the public domain, just like Hive Bakery. But for me, it goes much deeper. It's about who I am. Margaret Cho, who is Margaret Cho as a human being? Who is Rick Wilson, who runs a podcast? I forget, Lincoln. Uh, on the left had negative things to say or crude things to say about Lindsey Graham. What is it? Uh, who are they that would do? It's more than what we say. It's who we are. We're
We're just a
not the
couple guys.
type.
We just, as the publisher of our paper for a long time and having an editorial on page 3, now page 5 for a long, long time about all kind of matters, some touching, some tough. Uh, you certainly have a higher profile in town than I do. Nobody but my neighbors really in this town. I'm nobody to anybody, and nobody stops me on the street and say, "You're the guy that's doing that podcast." It doesn't happen. But you know why I do it? Because the way it started, we were just friends talking in the office often as I'd send him poems and you'd talk about them, and we would just talk about our lives, our families, politics, everything under the sun. We decided to do this. Sam's part of the gig too. His comments are priceless. We just are a couple guys enjoying. This could be on your back porch or my living room.
Yeah, it could, and so I would just say that Lindsey Graham, I think, represents the kind of politician that we need.
Yeah.
And not that I always agreed with him. I'm not a war hawk or a warmonger or whatever, but I've often disagreed about the Ukraine use of American money to support Ukraine. But I'm far from it. Lindsey Graham was in the belly of that beast. So we just wanted to share that with you about Lindsey Graham. And as usual, we're not going to get to the other things we want to talk about, but I will tease you with one of them that next week. I promise that we will get directly to, we'll still have our Tarnations and our updates. We'll get directly to data centers and their impact on communities across the country, specifically communities like Waxahachie, 50,000 population community, our city made up of various communities, and whether data centers are good or bad, because they're coming and we need to figure out what's best for our community. So we have an in-depth discussion next week about data centers. I also want to mention in the Sun tomorrow, Mark Singleton, the CEO, president of CMB Bank, the Texas' largest community bank, will start a 6-part series that I think you will really, really enjoy. So I won't be in the Sun for the next 6 or 7 weeks, but we'll be on Grit and Good News every Monday and Friday, as will Jeff. And Sammy too with his column. Sammy's got a good column tomorrow in the Sun, so check that out. All right, rhyme time. What do we got?
Rhyme time, page 14. I'll tell you what, this is near and dear to me. We didn't talk about this before the show in our prep, but you and I have had conversations, and after I'm done with this, you'll pipe in a little bit about your own life in this regard. But um, I'm eating lunch with one of my dearest friends and my wife yesterday, and he gets a call. He says, "I got to take this," and he says, "Oh, the numbers changed. Well, what is it? Well, they'll get back to me. Yeah, okay." Look at him. He says, "We're not prying, but what you got?" He said, "Well, my PSA's up to 8."
Yeah, he needs to get it.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. A month ago, I get word that a dear friend of mine, college friend, lifetime friend, picture of health always, never, ever, ever went to the doctor, never had his PSA checked. His hip starts hurting him, his back starts hurting him. He goes to the doctor, says, "You got prostate cancer, and I got to tell you, you're type 4 now because it's
Yeah.
metastasized to your lungs,
Right.
to your lymph nodes, and to your pelvis bones."
Yeah.
And this is called the Big C. The Big C came to visit me. It came unexpectedly. A painful biopsy yielded the answer. Yes, you do have cancer. Things could have been far worse. I'm lucky to be able to write this verse. Many who get the visit never do get rid of it. I'm a fortunate one, still alive and having fun. The path to cancer free is no kind of pleasantry, but I like to believe in my doc. Currently, my ticker still goes tick-tock. All types of C, all types are misery. All manner of cure, that is for sure. They don't all succeed, sadly indeed. So many have passed to heaven at last. They're in a better place, watching your prayerful face. Men, get your PSA checked. Women, get on your husband, your boyfriend, your
Yeah.
brother.
PSA is a matter of just having your blood drawn in a lab and them checking you. If your number is more than, the way I understand it, more than 4.5, then you're heading in the wrong direction. And if it's at 8, uh, you run the risk, if you're not getting it checked, as your friend discovered, the harshest of ways is that if it gets outside the organ, the prostate, it's going to get through your body, and then it's very difficult to tackle. Most men that end up losing their life as a result of prostate cancer lose it not because of the prostate's cancer, but because it got outside the prostate.
Right.
So get that prostate
And
checked.
you'll say, "Okay, honey, I went and I got it. I was 4.2. I'm okay."
Yeah.
And then, well, did you get it next year? Next year? Next year? Boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom, like clockwork.
That's really good advice. All right, very good poem, Jeff. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, day in history. What do
Today
we
in
got?
history, July 14th, 95th day of 2026. Congress passed the Sedition Act, making it a federal crime to publish false, scandalous, or malicious writing about the United States government.
1805.
1870.
1798, you're in there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Let's
Even a
go.
blind squirrel.
Let's
All right.
go.
Outlaw William H. Bonney Jr., alias Billy the Kid, was shot and killed by Sheriff Pat Garrett in Fort Sumner in present-day New Mexico.
1909.
1830. What was the last date? Yeah,
Set
1836.
1881.
Yep, wrong.
All right.
Uh,
Think about this one. You should be able to get all German political parties except the Nazi Party were outlawed by the government of the Nazi Germany.
1929.
Read it again. I didn't catch that.
All German politicians, all political parties except the Nazi Party were outlawed by the government of Nazi Germany. So the Nazis were already in power, had a government, and they outlawed all opposition, basically.
1929.
46.
33.
Yeah.
Sammy.
You don't.
Sammy is starting to learn things.
I know. I know my stuff.
He's getting better every cotton picking week. Italy formally declared war on Japan, its former Axis partner during World War II.
1946.
1945.
45.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
Good for-
Ask Sammy what the F on a how hot is it, Sammy? Outside, 80 degrees
Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit. What does that mean?
Fahrenheit.
What does that mean?
It means it's Fahrenheit.
It's the other scale besides Celsius.
Celsius. What do you mean? You
How-
tell me what it
You
means.
tell me.
You don't know either. Asking me what Fahrenheit
What a great book
means.
for it. Fahrenheit 451, was it?
No.
What,
Fahrenheit 9/11, I think, or
9/11,
something like that. Yeah.
The Senate scuttled a constitutional amendment banning gay marriage. 48 senators voted to advance the measure, 12 short of the 60 needed, and 50 voted to block it. So they
Yeah.
scuttled the constitutional amendment banning gay marriage. And there is still no constitutional amendment banning gay marriage.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
It took me a while to sort it out
They
too.
must
so.
have done that in 1958.
2001.
04.
Oh wow.
Disgraced financier Bernard, call me Bernie Madoff, arrived at the Butner Federal Correction Complex in North Carolina to begin serving a 150-year sentence for his massive Ponzi scheme. He died in prison.
You always want to go
No,
first?
2013.
2012.
9.
We're there.
Okay. Thousands of demonstrators across the U.S. protested a Florida jury's decision one day earlier to clear George Zimmerman in the shooting death of Trayvon Martin.
2021.
What was the last year of the last one? What was the year of the last one?
The last
12.
year was,
No, that's what I said. 12.
let me find where I'm at. The last year's was Bernie Madoff, 09.
2013. For
The bo-
Zimmerman.
The bonus is in effect.
Oh man.
What did you say, Sam?
They said 21.
I just passed you.
World powers and Iran struck a deal to curb Iran's nuclear program in exchange for relief from international sanctions.
2024.
2022.
15. You snuck in.
I did, barely.
People who don't follow us all the time, you get 7 either way. So when
Yeah.
we say you snuck in, that's how that works.
Yeah.
Terror struck Bastille Day celebrations in the French Riviera city of Nice Nice, as a large truck. I heard it's nice in Nice. A large truck plowed into a festive crowd,
Yeah.
killing 86 people in an attack claimed by Islamic State extremists. The driver was shot dead by police.
Yes.
2024.
2022.
2016.
Oh my goodness.
Sam, you came out of the gate strong, talking trash, and now you're getting stomped.
Closing with the bonus for everybody, please. Don't let me down. Researchers reported that the first COVID-19 vaccine tested in the U.S. boosted people's immune systems as scientists had hoped. The vaccine was developed by the National Institute of Health and the Moderna
Yeah.
Incorporated.
21.
21.
20.
Oh, they snuck it out in 20.
What did you finish, Sam?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 right.
I got 9.
I'm holding 9 and 2. Yeah.
Yep. All right. Thank you, Jeffrey.
You're welcome,
I want to
gentlemen.
mention a couple things before we go. We don't have a video to close out today because we just had too much other stuff. But I do want to, for those local, Albert Lawrence, who was the deputy city manager of the city of Waxahachie, and a good man, been fighting a 4-year cancer battle, died last Friday. We will have we might have something in the Sun tomorrow about it. Albert was quiet. He was a big military. He was a veteran. He, smart guy, told you what he thought, really liked him, soft-spoken. To Albert's family, our condolences and sympathies are with you. You should be proud of the things that Albert achieved and helped the city of Waxahachie. I got to finish with our facts. This is a good one. I think you guys may
They're all
not.
good ones.
Sammy just saw Toy Story 5 with Kennedy. Woody in Toy Story has a last name, and you get a real bonus if you believe it's true. then you get a bonus for what it is. If you believe it's false, then
Do we get a guess? Do we get a guess it?
you can guess it if you want to, but you got to know, you got to tell me whether or not. I've never seen any of the Toy Story movies, but Woody in Toy Story has a last name, true or false?
He does. And I'm gonna go Anderson.
I ain't
You're
go,
an idiot.
I'm going true, and I'm going Guthrie.
You both are idiots.
Sheriff.
Woody, it wasn't revealed until 2009, but Woody did have a last name, and the official last name is Pride. Woody Pride.
Woody Pride.
That's a
In,
good
two, in
name.
2009.
Yeah.
Is that
Whatever.
is that before LGBT
I
took
don't
over the
have any
Pride? I don't
idea.
know.
Who knows?
I think it was.
We are sponsored by Hoosier Custom Meats in Italy, Texas. Hoosier Custom Meats. Sammy will show it to you on the screen, the email address and their phone number if you want family, good people to help out the family like that, who are raising cattle and producing great meat. Check out Hoosier Custom. I always say that, struggle saying that. HoosersCustomMeat.com. We appreciate them being our sponsor, and you should check them out. Tell them the boys from GGN sent you. With that, I thank you for being here, and I will see you along with the other two guys on Thursday.
Have a great day and try to put a smile on somebody's face today.